Hello everybody. Now, I have finally gotten down to the 3.0 patch. However, at the very beginning, as I'm saving it for tomorrow or another day, as of course it's Christmas, so I imagine many people will be busy doing other things instead of just playing WoW. However, I did do a quick stream on my YouTube channel for about half an hour where I was like semi-testing the tune break, and it does seem to be significantly weaker as compared to how it was in the event that showed up, which is kind of sad. However, that's not really the topic of this video, right? What I want to talk about in this video is how much space this game takes up, right? So, currently on my PC, Wuthering Waves takes up more space than Genshin Impact, despite the fact that this game is only 1.5 years old and Genshin Impact is more than half a decade old, right? That is insanity. So, for reference, the game for me on my PC is 118 gigs, while Genshin Impact I think is like 108 or like 106, right? Now, if you're on PC, you can usually handle this a little better as compared to some other devices. However, I'm hearing that people on mobile are getting absolutely royally fucked if they don't have like 128 gig devices or higher, because apparently on mobile currently, WUA has jumped up to like the 40 to 50 gigabytes range, and if you're running on a 64 gigabyte mobile device, that means WUWA is basically taking up like 90% of your device's space, right? So this was already an issue before, right? Like this was already an issue that was kind of creeping up slowly. However, now with the introduction of 3.0 and the game gaining like 10, 20 more gigabytes of space, it's affecting so many more people now because it's like hit a threshold where even 64 gigabyte storage like mobile devices really just can't run WUWA at all unless they legit delete everything off of their device, which obviously most people aren't going to do. So if you're on a 128 gig device like I personally have on my iPad Pro, or a 256 gig or higher, then you probably won't really care about this too much. However, if you are on a 64 gig device like I'm seeing a lot of people on, they are not happy, right? Like it's looking incredibly bad, and it's even more annoying. Like even if, let's say, you have the space for like this 50 gigabytes WUWA on mobile, apparently on mobile you also need like 90 to 100 gigs every single time this game updates for the preload, right? So what you have to do every single patch, if you don't have enough space for the preload, is you need to delete the game and re-download like 50 gigs every single fucking time. And mobile devices usually have slower download speeds as compared to something like PC, so you're gonna have to just sit there for like an hour or two to let the game download on one of those devices. This is becoming a serious issue, and once again, this game is only 1.5 years into its cycle, and it surpassed Genshin, that is more than half a decade old. If we go 3 years into this game, I'm not gonna lie, it's probably going to be like 160, 170 gigs when that time comes around, if not more. And at that point, I mean, they are really filtering a lot of people in the world from being able to play their game just because of hardware, right? It's just a hardware diff. So let me know what you guys think about this. By any chance, are you being affected by the increasing space that WUA keeps taking up at an alarming rate? Personally, it hasn't affected me yet because I've never played WUA on mobile, and my PC has a 2 terabyte SSD. However, I'm in a very fortunate position that many others aren't in, and I can like fully understand how annoying this would probably be if I were like on mobile with a 64 gig device or even like a 128 gig device, right? Like half my storage is getting taken up by one fucking game, and you know it's gonna keep getting taken up more and more and more every single goddamn patch, right? Love you all. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great night. Peace out.